Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I would like to thank you guys for watching my channel and staying with me up to my last video. And this is my last video to show you on how I do the arm. So as you can see, I do my arm while it's open, and I did already the slip stitch, and I left in between here, right here, so it's all open as you can see. So what I'm going to do on the next stage, I'm going to close it up and go ahead and crochet on these stitches. And I think I showed you from the previous video on how to do in between these stitches. So just go ahead and we can do these stitches, and I'm going to extend single crochet on this row. And one more thing I need to mention, because people like their arms made differently. Some people like it short sleeved, long sleeved, 3/4, you know, or a quarter, however people want it. So just go ahead and do it. For short sleeved, just do video number 2, do all those stitches and stop there, and this will give you the distance from here up to here. If you need it maybe maybe 3/4 of an arm, just do it from here to here, then stop right here. But once you stop right here, finish up with the slip stitch. Okay, if you needed the long sleeved and wide arm, just go ahead and do everything like this all the way until where you want your arm to end, and then finish it with a slip stitch. But if you like it with a smaller wrist, just do it all the way up to here the way I'm doing it. You do the slip stitch just to mark where you're going to start, but if you so wish, you don't have to do it, but I like to use the slip stitch, then I narrow it down. So that's how you do it. But when you're decreasing the stitches, you want the smaller size wrist, this is you may need to decrease your stitches. And you can decrease your stitches in 2 ways. You can either use a bigger size needle and decrease the number of stitches, reduce the number of stitches, or you can use a smaller gauge needle and make sure the tension is a little bit smaller or tighter. So that's how you make them a little bit, you decrease it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a smaller needle, because as usual I'm going to start using the smaller needle when I'm picking up the stitches over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it, and then decrease the stitches also with the same needle. So on this side, I'm not going to use this, I'm not going to use 5.5. The only place I'm going to use the 5.5 needle is on the last slip stitch. And the reason why I want to use this needle is because I don't want my wrist opening to be too tight. So if I use this one, it may not make it too tight. Okay, so it's not going to make the tension a little bit tighter. So that's the reason why I'm going to use, and that's the last place I'm going to use this needle. Another thing I need to mention is the cardigan. This cardigan is almost done. I ran out of the yarn, so since I ran out of the yarn, may need to go buy some more, and probably I may get it or I may not get it. So that's why the arm is still undone. So I'm thinking I should be able to get the yarn, because this yarn have been in my closet for like 3 years, so I don't know whether I'll be able to get it. So I wanted it slightly longer. I may need like maybe 11 more rows, so somebody can wear it as a dress or a cardigan if they want to. And that's how I'm going to do it. And then another thing I would like to mention is like the cardigan turned out to be really good, and it's still reversible, very heavy, and you know, I like this pattern. So, and I would like also to make a request to you guys. I really don't know whether you have I don't know whether you guys have an idea if this stitch is done somewhere in a video. If it is, please just go ahead and just link it so I can have a look at it. So I don't know whether it has been done before. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's get started on doing this arm, and I'm going to use my size 4 needle, and it always comes handy when I really need it. So what I'm gonna do over here, I'm gonna start, and I have to make sure I pick up all my stitches right here. I don't skip any. They may look so thick, but you have to pick up everything, otherwise your work is not going to look neat. So do that. And just to mention, I did a video before on how to do the arms. I just want to do this for anybody who hasn't checked out my previous videos. So I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat this one more time. And if you feel like you didn't follow it well, like if you have a hard time following the videos while I'm doing it right now, because I'm gonna try to do it as fast as I can, just revert my previous videos. I did a different cardigan, and where I showed how to do how to join the colors. So just refer to the video. So to do the arms, I did it that way. And so as usual, I leave the tails and put it back in there and make sure it's all tight so it doesn't rip off. And it's gonna be hard for me to pick up the stitches right here. If it becomes a little bit harder, again, even you're using a smaller needle, just you can use a little bit smaller needle again, so you can be able to pick up your stitches. Okay, so as you can see, I think on my work it's gonna be hard for me, like, to get to decrease the number of stitches that I require, and I want to decrease in about 4 stitches still. I don't want my arm wide. I want it to slightly smaller, very small and very tight on the wrist. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to reduce the number of stitches. This, I assume these are still 50. There are 51 stitches, and I added 1, as you can see right here at the beginning, so this makes it 52. So I'm going to crochet 13, then I skip 13 stitches, 13 I skip the 14th, 13 I skip the 14th, and how I came up with the number is 52 divided by 4, because I need to decrease with 4 stitches. So it's 52 divided by 4. When you divide by 52, you divide by 4, you get 13 stitches. So I will count 13, then I skip the 14th, 13th, skip the 14th. So that's how I'm going to get my number. And you can always do the same. You get the total number of stitches that you have and divide by the number of stitches you want to decrease by, so you can easily get how many stitches you need to crochet, and then you skip. So that's the easiest way to calculate it. I don't know whether it's the easiest, but that's how I like to do it. So ten, 11, 12, 13. So I'm going to skip this one. And actually the first row is the best place to decrease your stitches. because you know it's not gonna show, you know, it's gonna be hidden in between here. But if you don't get a chance to decrease them here, you can decrease them in the next row too, so you can always do that, so it doesn't matter. And as I told you, the reason why I crochet in between here is to leave my decoration intact, so I don't want to mess them up. So that's why I have to do in between there. So looks very good and neat. Alright, so let me see. I skipped one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then skip one here. See, skip right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, and then now I skip another one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess you have to start skipping first, and then you skip first, and then you do the 13, you skip 13, you skip. That will be the easiest way. I don't think so. Now you see I'm left with 5, so I need to do, let me see how many I skipped. 1, 2, 3. So now I can skip 1, but it's the easiest way and the best way to do it is you skip first and then you crochet 13, you skip, you crochet 13. So I'm going to skip this one, and those are 4 stitches already, so that should be good. That's the easiest way for me to when I do my skipping, so that's how I do it. Alright, so now just do it again. Crochet up here, extended single crochet, and you have to crochet it in between here. Let me see if you guys can see. I don't know, my camera looks a little bit blurry today. See right there, right there. See right here, not on the space. Don't do it on the space. You see this is a space, don't do it right there. So you do it on the stitch right there. So just do it all the way on the stitch, all the way around. And when you do it, don't skip any stitches now, just crochet all of them together. I don't recommend skipping consecutive rows because it may make your work a little bit more tight than expected, but it's okay to, because once you do the next row, it will show you how much decrease you've done. So I usually recommend, if you have to decrease in every other row, or in every every other row if you have to decrease, or decrease every other specific number of rows, but don't skip on the next row. That's my experience, because if you skip it there, you may find that you've skipped a lot of stitches than you anticipated to. And as I am crocheting, like, I'm not going to I don't have any much explanation of guys on what to do. Actually, what I need to explain to you is, like, if you have any questions or any comment, any concerns, just go ahead and put them on the comments on my video, and then I will always go ahead and answer the questions. And if you can always direct message me on my email, and or you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter, Pinterest, and Facebook. So I'm on that. Even on Ravelry, bouquet crochet, I'm there. And then if you need the orders of my work, or if you need my crochet work, if you want to make any orders, just go ahead and direct message me, or go ahead and check me on my Facebook and see whatever you like. Direct message me, and then or you can check me on Etsy, Joanne Bouquet, and I'm on Pinterest, Crochet by Bouquet, on Instagram, Bouquet Designs, and on Facebook, Bouquet Crochet. Anywhere you can get me, and then just go ahead and contact me whatever with the questions you want, or if you want some specific designs done, or maybe if you want me to crochet for you something, just go ahead and contact me, and I will do it. And if you see my pattern that you really like, and it's something I can be able to share online, just go ahead and always contact me, and then I will go ahead and make a video tutorial about it. If it's something that is I'm willing to share the pattern, that's fine, I will go ahead and do it. So okay, so there it is. So let's see, let me go ahead crochet in all this yarn. If you want, you can do the whole of it, or if you want, you can leave some of them hanging, and then you can sew it in between. that's fine too. So I've also not seen anybody doing this stitch, so, and this other stitch. If you guys see what's the name of this stitch, just go ahead and link it down to me, but I've never seen anything like that, so I don't know yet. So, but I'm only one, I cannot be able to research in every place, but maybe you guys, you've come across this stitch, but I've never seen anything like that. This is a new stitch that I did, and I usually use it for my bags, and that's why, and I thought like I should use it for my cardigans too. So just go ahead and check it and let me know if you have a name for it, or if there is a name, or there is something like that. So I haven't come across one, and I don't know whether it exists. So maybe let me just make a request for you guys, if you could just look around and see if you can come up with the name of the stitch, or what it is, or if you've seen something similar. I will appreciate. Alright, as you can see, I did make the decrease, and this is like my third row, and I quite yet don't like it's kind of a little bit thick or wide. I may need to decrease by another 4 stitches to see how it's gonna turn out. So I need to decrease with 4 stitches. So go ahead and do the same thing, and then when you come back, we'll see how yours looks like, or just crochet all the way until the end of row. So I'm going to decrease 4 stitches, okay? When you come back, I'll show you. Alright guys, as you can see, I decreased this by 8 stitches already, and it still looks like this. And I don't think it's still quite there yet, so I need to decrease it again. So again, I'm going to try to decrease it by 4. So in total, I am going to decrease it by 16 stitches. So let's see if that's gonna work. So, and as you can see, it's growing. So let me just go ahead and decrease it by another 4 stitches. So see what happens. So when we come back, when I come back again, I'll show you how it's going to look. So I'm going to decrease it with another 4 stitches, okay? Alright. Alright guys, I'm back. I decreased it by 16 stitches, and now I'm satisfied in the way it looks. So this is how small I wanted it, and that's the results of it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go like maybe a couple of rows right here, but I'm gonna go again, and at the last row, which is the last part of it, I'm going to do slip stitch. See, like that, I'm going to do that one, and then I'm gonna finish it up like that. So, and that will be my arm. So this is let me just go ahead and stretch it out so you guys can see the results. But it's not done yet. As I told you, the other arm is not done. So when it's done, maybe I will just go ahead and post it. Oops, and post it how it's going to look. So see, so that's how it looks. That's how the arm is gonna look. So see, and this is how small I wanted it. So you see, so by using this needle and decreasing the stitches, I've achieved it. But if I use the bigger needle, it will take a long time before I finish. I make it smaller like that. So, but sometimes you can go ahead and use instead of using 4.0 needle, you can use even a smaller size one. So if you want to achieve maybe little stitches, tight stitches, and fast enough, you can use maybe a 3.0, however you want it. But I decided to use this, but as you can see, I had to decrease again with I had to decrease by 16 stitches. So, and that's about it, and that's how the cardigan looks. And that will be the end of the cardigan for now, until like I finish it, because I'm going to clean up all these edges. You see right here, I'm going to clean all these edges, and this side I'm going to clean it up, all these edges. It's not really done yet, so I have to make sure everything looks so nice and presentable, and I need to do good colors and I finish with my other arm. Okay, otherwise for now, this is how the cardigan is done, and I do appreciate you guys watching me. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget, next time I'm going to do the I cord in a totally different way and make it a little bit more tighter. So stay tuned and subscribe to get the updates when I'm going to do it, or when I do it and I post it. You'll be able to get the first look at it. All right, thank you guys, have a good night, bye.